I'm sure you've heard the news, Harry drama or Netflix deals. It's a story that's got everyone talking, from royal watchers to business analysts, and it raises a question that's not so easy to answer. Are Harry and Meghan true philanthropists? Tour, and why it's causing such a stir. The headlines have been relentless. Every major outlet has weighed in, dissecting every move, every outfit, every handshake. Some call it a new era of royal influence, while others see it as a carefully orchestrated PR campaign, in sales, and some even credited Meghan with single-handedly boosting their profiles. It was a masterclass in influencer marketing, but it also blurred the lines. He spoke at conferences about mental health, a cause he's championed for years. But some of these events were ticketed, with high prices and exclusive guest lists. Critics argued that this was less about raising awareness and more about building a brand. Supporters, on the other hand, said it was a modern way to fund important work. Supporters of Harry and Meghan argue that they're simply adapting to the realities of the modern world. In an era where social media and celebrity influence can drive real change, why not use those tools to support good causes and pay the bills at the same time? They point out that traditional charity models are struggling and that new approaches are needed to keep up with the times. Critics, however, see things differently. They accuse Harry and Meghan of royal cosplay for cash, arguing that they're trading on their titles and public image to secure lucrative deals. Some say they're blurring the line between service and self-promotion, making it harder for the public to know what's genuine and what's just good business. It's a delicate dance, and one that's playing out in real time. On one hand, Harry and Meghan are undeniably raising awareness for important causes. On the other, they're also building a global brand that's worth millions. The question is, can you do both without compromising your values? The answer isn't simple. For every critic who questions their motives, there's a supporter who sees them as pioneers, using their fame to bring attention to issues that might otherwise be ignored. But the tension between charity and commerce is real, and it's not going away anytime soon. So, are Harry and Meghan changing the game, or just playing it really well? Let's take a closer look at some of the key moments from their Australian tour, and what they reveal about the couple's approach to philanthropy and profit. The tour began with a grand arrival. Harry and Meghan touched down in Australia to a flurry of cameras and cheering fans. From the very start, it was clear that this was no ordinary visit. The couple was greeted by government officials, local dignitaries, and a sea of supporters waving signs and snapping photos. The media coverage was intense, with every detail analysed and discussed. One of the first stops on their tour was a meeting with Indigenous leaders. Harry and Meghan participated in a traditional ceremony, listened to stories about the local community, and spoke about the importance of cultural understanding. The event was widely praised, but it also generated headlines about Meghan's outfit and the brands she wore. Within hours, fashion blogs and shopping sites were buzzing. Meghan's dress sold out almost instantly, and similar styles began trending online. Retailers reported a spike in sales, and some even launched special collections inspired by her look. It was a clear example of how celebrity influence can drive consumer behaviour, and how charity events can double as marketing opportunities. Harry's speeches were another highlight of the tour. At a youth mental health event, he spoke candidly about his own struggles and the importance of seeking help. The audience responded with a standing ovation, and social media lit up with praise for his honesty. But some noted that the event was sponsored by a major corporation, raising questions about the intersection of advocacy and advertising. The presence of corporate sponsors was hard to miss. Banners and logos were everywhere, and some events even featured branded merchandise. For some, this was just a sign of the times, a necessary way to fund large-scale initiatives. For others, It was a sign that the line between charity and commerce was becoming increasingly blurred. Meghan's hospital visits were among the most touching moments of the tour. She spent time with sick children, handed out gifts, and listened to families' stories. The images were heartwarming, and many praised her compassion. But even here, there was controversy. Some critics accused the couple of using vulnerable people for photo ops, while supporters argued that their presence brought much-needed attention to important causes. On social media, the response was overwhelmingly positive. Hashtags supporting Harry and Meghan trended worldwide, and fans shared stories of how the couple had inspired them to get involved in charity work. Influencers and celebrities joined the conversation, amplifying the couple's message and expanding their reach. But the debate raged on. TV pundits and commentators argued about the couple's true motives, with some calling them role models and others accusing them of self-interest. The conversation was heated, and it showed just how divided public opinion has become. The tour also included a glamorous gala dinner, attended by celebrities, business leaders, and philanthropists. Harry and Meghan mingled with guests, posed for photos, and gave speeches about the importance of giving back. The event raised millions for charity, but it also generated headlines about the exclusive guest list and the high price of admission. Tickets to the gala were expensive, and some critics argued that it excluded ordinary people. Others pointed out that the money raised would go to good causes, and that high-profile events like this are often necessary to attract big donors. It was another example of the complex balance between raising funds and maintaining accessibility. As the tour came to an end, Harry and Meghan were photographed leaving events in luxury cars, surrounded by paparazzi. The images fueled further debate about their lifestyle and the optics of mixing charity with celebrity. Some saw it as a sign of success, while others saw it as evidence of misplaced priorities. In the days that followed, the controversy only grew. Headlines questioned the couple's motives, social media was flooded with opinions, and TV debates continued to dissect every aspect of the tour. The conversation showed no signs of slowing down, and it became clear that Harry and Meghan had tapped into something much bigger than themselves. Back at home, Harry and Meghan began planning their next moves. They announced new partnerships, launched fundraising campaigns, and continued to use their platform to promote causes they care about. Whether you see them as philanthropists, entrepreneurs, or something in between, there's no denying that they've changed the way we think about charity and celebrity. So, what's the verdict? Are Harry and Meghan redefining what it means to do good in the modern world, or are they simply experts at playing the game? The answer may depend on your perspective. For some, they're trailblazers, using their influence to make a real difference. For others, they're opportunists, capitalizing on their fame for personal gain. One thing is certain, Harry and Meghan have sparked a conversation that's not going away anytime soon. Their Australian tour was more than just a series of public appearances. It was a case study in the power of celebrity, the challenges of modern philanthropy, and the fine line between doing good and doing well. In the end, the question remains, are Harry and Meghan changing the game or just playing it really, really well? The answer is up to you. As the world continues to watch their every move, one thing is clear. They're not afraid to challenge the status quo, and they're not done making headlines yet. You decide.